Welcome to Section 6.2, Part 1. This is the 46th session of the CISSP exam prep series. Now we move from classic ciphers into the modern systems you actually deploy. In this session, we'll examine how modern cryptography works. We'll answer several questions. Why do modern systems trust open algorithms? Why is key length now the deciding factor? What key management habits keep you safe? How does symmetric encryption actually work? Where does symmetric encryption fall short? And what is symmetric encryption genuinely great at? Why does this matter beyond the exam? Because these choices sit inside every product and service you secure. Picture a team building a file-sharing platform that must encrypt terabytes quickly. The wrong cryptographic choice makes it either slow or insecure. Understanding how modern systems balance speed, secrecy, and scale lets you guide those decisions with confidence. It also helps you spot when a design has quietly built itself on sand. Why do modern systems trust open algorithms? Because secrecy of the design turned out to be a weakness, not a strength. Early thinking said hide the algorithm, but that approach, security through obscurity, crumbles the moment the design leaks. Modern cryptography flips this. The algorithms are published for the whole world to inspect and attack. Public scrutiny finds and fixes flaws that a closed team would miss. The secret that actually matters is not the method, it is the key. Think of a bank vault whose blueprints are public, yet only the combination stays private. Why is key length now the deciding factor? Because with the algorithm public, the key carries all the weight. A longer key means a vastly larger key space, which makes brute force guessing far harder. Computing power keeps climbing, and so does the attackers. So today's safe length becomes tomorrow's weak one. An older government standard once relied on a 56-bit key that was considered plenty at the time. It is now broken routinely, and modern systems reach for at least a 128-bit key. Picture a race where your key length has to keep outrunning ever faster machines. What key management habits keep you safe? A few disciplined practices protect the one thing that matters most. Always store secret keys securely. And if you must send one across a network, shield it from prying eyes in transit. Generate keys with as much randomness as possible, spreading choices across the entire key space so patterns cannot be predicted. And when a key is no longer needed, destroy it properly rather than letting it linger. Think of a spare house key. You hide it well, you never text a photo of it, and you change the lock once it is truly retired. How does symmetric encryption actually work? It relies on a single shared secret key. Everyone in the conversation holds the same key, and that one key both locks and unlocks the message. The sender encrypts with it, and the receiver decrypts with the very same value. Because the keys are identical, this is also called secret key or private key cryptography. Sometimes the shared key exists only for one session and is then thrown away, which is called an ephemeral key. A handy memory hook is that symmetric means same key on both ends. Think of two people sharing one identical key to the same locker. Where does symmetric encryption fall short? It carries four real weaknesses. First, key distribution is hard, because both parties need the shared key before they can talk securely, often forcing a risky offline handoff. Second, it cannot provide non-repudiation, since either holder of the shared key could have produced any message. Third, it does not scale, because every unique pair of people needs its own separate key, and that count explodes as the group grows. Fourth, keys must be regenerated often, especially whenever someone leaves the group. Picture a shared apartment. Every time a roommate moves out, you have to rekey every lock. What is symmetric encryption genuinely great at? Raw speed. Symmetric algorithms run enormously faster than their asymmetric counterparts, often by a factor of thousands. That speed makes them the natural choice for bulk encryption, protecting huge volumes of data. They also map neatly onto hardware, which pushes performance even higher. So despite the distribution headaches, symmetric encryption is the workhorse whenever you need to protect a lot of data quickly. Think of a high-speed conveyor belt built to move large loads efficiently rather than to handle delicate one-off tasks. So let's bring it together. Modern cryptography trusts open, public algorithms, and pins all the secrecy on the key. Key length, is now the deciding factor. So you use long keys and manage them with care, storing, randomizing, and destroying them properly. Symmetric encryption shares one key to both lock and unlock, which makes it blazing fast and ideal for bulk data. Its weaknesses are hard key distribution, no non-repudiation, poor scaling, and frequent rekeying. Keep these trade-offs in mind as we meet asymmetric systems next. The MCQs covering all the topics and concepts from this session are available on rucloud.com. Practice the chapter-specific MCQs before moving on to the next session. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or feedback, post a comment below or email us. I will see you in the next session.